We're back. We're back at it again. We are back. Hey guys, it's Milana. Welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, welcome. Today's video is very unscripted. I've been going through an interesting last 2 or 3 months. I've been in the river of change. I've been going through a lot of change, and I just want to share like some of the things that have been coming up for me. So, today is very significant because this evening I had a session with my therapist, and I went to this therapist specifically to heal some of my relationship patterns I've had in the past with relationships, and tendencies that I don't like that I have had in relationships in the past. And the reason is because it got triggered a few months ago, and I was like, this is unhealthy. I need to change this. So I went to see this therapist, and we've been doing really intense subconscious rewiring together. We've been doing EMDR, and it was so intense, literally for like a month. I think I didn't really want to see anybody. It was just so triggering, pulling up so much stuff, like literally pulling up my most difficult traumas throughout my entire life, and then filing and reprocessing them in my subconscious mind. So every session, I was just like full blown crying in tears. It would take me like 2 or 3 days to recover because it was just really intense. But today is crazy because I logged on the call with my therapist, and she was like checking the emotional charge from like a couple of events that we were healing in our last session. And I was like, they're at zero, they're neutral. Like, those things don't really bother me anymore. And like, we went through a few things, and she was like, all right, our work together is done. Like, you don't need this anymore. You're healed. And I was just like, it's very bittersweet. It's very like, I don't know. When you're on a healing journey, I think it's so natural to get attached and almost even addicted to the healing journey and to the healing process. And like, it's just so bittersweet because part of me loves having new, profound insights about myself and my life and why I am the way I am. And feeling like, all right, I'm doing those slingshots every week where it's like I pull back, I go through something really rough, those therapy sessions, but then it slingshots me forward. So it's like I'm going to miss that in a sense. And also that I've been able to go so deep with this therapist, and like for her to really see me and create a safe space for me to share things that I've been through that I've never really talked about with anybody. Maybe I brushed over them with a couple people and they were just like, "Oh, yikes, that sucks." But she actually like saw me for those things and was able to hold space, and that was so healing in itself. But yeah, so it's just a very weird feeling for her to be like, "I'm done. Like, our work is done." On the other hand, the positive emotions that have been coming up for me just in the last like hour since this happened was truly when we set our mind to something, and when we firmly decide, I want this thing, we can make it happen, and we will. We are so much more powerful than we know. And I also thought about this with my skin because I had chronic cystic acne for years, like so, so bad. And it's been a whole journey, and I can create a whole other video to talk about my journey and like what's actually helped. But I'm at a point now where my acne is like I don't have makeup on right now, just mascara and eyeliner, but my acne has gone way down. And in a sense, it's a weird feeling because I'm like, it's just something I've been used to dealing with for so many years. And now I can confidently go anywhere with bare skin, with the sunlight shining on it, and feel like I'm beautiful. My skin is gorgeous. I don't need to cake on foundation and worry about touching it up and like my acne. And it has been years coming. It's been a long time coming. But um I swear I've used that line before in my videos, but it's accurate. Um but it's that same feeling of like it's something that I wanted so badly, and I decided like I don't want to have to hide my face in all this toxic makeup and foundation. Like I want to truly heal my skin, heal it from the root. And now it's happened slash is happening. Like I'd say it's almost complete. It's at least like 90 to 95% complete. So yeah, and like thinking about this with healing my relationship attachment stuff and like old patterns and old triggers, and then also my skin, it's just nailing that message home that whatever you really want and whatever you focus on and set your heart out to achieve and to complete will happen. And the universe will line things up for you. And you're not going to know exactly how it's going to work or how it's going to happen or who's going to come into your life, who's going to help you, but it's just gonna work out. That's how the universe is. That's how the law of attraction is. The law of attraction is rarely an overnight, everything's fixed manifestation. If you got everything you wanted right now, you'd be like, now what? I guarantee you'd feel so empty. You'd be like, what are we doing here? I need something to do. I mean, that's why we incarnated on this earth. If we're not like on a little journey as a soul and we're just one with source, yeah, it's heavenly. Yeah, it's bliss. But at a certain point, you say, is there anything more than this? I'm bored. I want to experience something. And that's also the beauty of having highs and lows. And that's also why I hate movies like the Barbie movie or the Truman Show, because they showcase a utopian society where there's never any hardship and never any struggle. Those movies get under my skin so much and make me feel so existential or whatever, where I'm like, what's the point of all this? Like, why even bother with this? What's the point of living if everything's just like, everything's perfect? It's boring. We're here for the drama. The best shows, the best movies are dramas. They involve a very challenging, difficult situation where people die and people get hurt and people think they're not going to make it, and then they go through the hero journey of overcoming something, many things, themselves, growing, learning, evolving. The soul loves to learn and to grow and evolve and to change. So we really do always need something to be striving for. And that's a fun thing about manifestation, if you think about it, is that you're always like, okay, what's next? And that doesn't mean you have to feel dissatisfied with your life. It's actually quite the contrary. It's really healthy to have goals and to have things that you're like, I would love to achieve this. And if you're at a stage in life where you're like, I don't really want anything, I would like to challenge you and say, come up with some stuff that you're like, well, that would be pretty cool. I don't know what it is for you, but start getting creative, start thinking outside the box, because there's a big, beautiful world out there. The world is wide, and I want to make some memories. I probably misquoted that, but Mamma Mia reference. I think Mamma Mia too. Not sure. Best movie ever though. Best series. So, yeah, these are my thoughts on completing therapy. And I just feel like I'm in a stage right now, maybe you're in the same boat, where multiple chapters are coming to a close, but other chapters are opening. For example, like I'm closing the chapter with this therapist. I hired a different subconscious coach about a week ago. I invested a lot of money to work with this therapist to work on like my business mindset. So it's more like the business and the money beliefs in my subconscious mind. So it's a totally different angle, different stuff. But I'm like, wow, how interesting. Like a week ago, I hadn't even signed up with this new therapist, and I thought I was still going strong with my previous therapist. Now all of a sudden, goodbye, Nikki. Hello, new person. And also, another chapter that's changing is, I mean, my business is changing. I've been going through a restructure and a rebrand over the last couple of months, and I'm still in that, and it's been a lot. It's been triggering. That's actually why I hired someone to help me with my business mindset and my money mindset, is to work through that next level. I'm at a level that I've never been before, and that's like what Dr. Joe says when he says you can't solve this problem at the same level of consciousness that created that problem. In order to solve that problem, you have to raise your consciousness to a level above it that can solve it. So that's what I'm doing. And like, yeah, the last month or so has been really rough emotionally, going through um that therapy practice with Nikki, and then also going through my business rebrand. That's been triggering so much stuff, but I feel like we're just closing chapters and opening new ones, and it's a beautiful life, Hazel Grace. um, it's beautiful that we get to experience this journey, and I feel so grateful that I get to share my journey and my experiences with you and connect with you wherever you are. By the way, leave a comment. Let me know where you are in the world. It's so fascinating to me that we have people from all over the world, every time zone, every city. We share one heart. We share one mind. We're not disillusioned by the illusion of separation. We're connected through the fact that we're spiritual and we are high vibrational, we're manifestors. We believe that there's so much more to this reality than just the illusion of the 3D matrix. But the last thing I wanted to share in this season of change is that I've been riding horses this year. I'm not sure exactly when I started. Maybe it was like January or February. I've been taking lessons at this place and I love it. I love it so much. I'm obsessed with it. It's the highlight of my week, other than my coaching calls that I do with my membership clients. Um, I love it so much. But you know what? I think I'm about to move to a different horseback riding place because I got, through a series of events, I got connected to another lady who has some horses at a different place, and it's a little bit sad and scary to think about closing the chapter at a place that has been so fond to me and has been like my sweet escape, like we have different forms of therapy, and for me one of them is riding horses. Maybe for you it's going to the beach or going on a walk or calling a friend. But for me, like one of my modes of therapy is horseback riding, and so it's like it's really sad to think about leaving that place, and especially because my favorite horse is there. Freedom. Freedom is like the best horse ever. I feel like it's my soulmate in horse form. It's insane. But I think things are lining up for me to actually lease a horse, so then I could actually have a consistent connection, because at the place I'm currently going, it's kind of a wild card what horse I'm going to get to ride because of the lessons. They like rotate the horses through. But an opportunity has presented itself where I can lease an incredible horse, and it's like, I think it's a little bit less expensive than I'm currently paying for lessons, but that I'll get to like develop that relationship with, you know, riding a horse, the same horse, and participating and like caring for it. So I'm really excited about that. And it's crazy that like a year ago I wasn't even, riding horses wasn't even on my mind. And now it's like I love it so much, and I'm proficient enough to where like I can have part ownership of a horse and like go riding on my own. It's so crazy. It's sad and it's exciting and it's beautiful and makes me emotional. So before I cry or word vomit anything else, I'm going to end this, but I'm sending you so much love. And just know that whatever phase you're in, whatever chapters you're closing or opening or in the thick of, that's life. That's what this is all about. And whatever you really want, you will get. Okay? even if it takes a long time, you will get there and you'll be so grateful that you went on that journey, and you will truly love the person who you've become in the process. So make sure you are subscribed for whatever the heck I'm going to talk about next, because I think you'll love it. See you soon.